still out.
Mine either.
Same here.
All right. Episode 15, guys. Woohoo. So where we left off is you guys went to the giant, the sleeping giant tap house, and you took on some of the Redbrand ruffians, and took out all but one who fell asleep. And currently, that's where we left it. He is asleep on the ground at Dalen's feet.
Is there a map still?
Yep.
Yep.
Here, I'll push it since I'm already on it. You could double click on your upper right token to bring it up.
Oh, it was double click. That was what it was. I was doing like control click and shift click and everything, and nothing was working.
Right. There you go. So this is where we are. Battle just ended, and he is still sleeping. So if you want to heal, whatever you'd like.
Well, before we heal, I think we go ahead and we tie him up and bring him inside where we, you know, aren't going to be disturbed in case some of his compatriots come back.
Okay. Tokens are unlocked, so you can move them anywhere you'd like in the map. Unless you just want to RP it, so we can just RP it quickly.
So basically, we'll get him in here, tie him to a chair, get ready for the interrogation to begin. And it looks like Bogner's kind of towards the door, just keeping a lookout. Am I right?
Yep, I'm gonna keep an eye on the door.
All right. Fair enough.
Tertius will be over here with a flame little thing ready to go.
There are only windows in the backside, right?
You can see one window to the east over there. And if you'd done a little search, you would have seen another window in the back to the west.
Are they open windows or closed? Like, would someone have to open them to come in?
Somebody would have to break them to come in.
Okay, that should be good enough then.
All right. So, pretty sure you guys have rope, so that shouldn't be a problem. And get them all tied up. Yep.
All right. Galen, do you want to do the honors or?
Yeah, sure. I will interrogate him.
Okay.
So
slap him awake, shake him awake.
I'll shake him awake.
Okay. He wakes up. What? Where they at? Oh, crap. Kind of looks at all of you. Clenches his jaw a little bit.
So we want to find out. I mean, part of the reason I wanted to come over here is there was that family that the guy died and the rest of his family disappeared, and we think these guys are responsible. Was there another reason as well?
Well, if you open up my notes, there's all kinds of, it's all the stuff that Jim has said. So one of the things, the Redbrands hassle every business in town, except for the exchange. Theldendrar, that's the local wood carver that's dead, and his wife and daughter and son have gone missing now.
Yep, they've pretty much harassed and coerced and
all right.
everything you think of in here.
So I think we're first going to start I'm going to start using persuasion to have him tell us. So, what's your guys' real purpose here? Why are you guys in town? What was your intent?
This is boss said do what we do best: intimidate people and Give me a persuasion roll. I want to see how well you do. He says, yeah, boss brought us in, said to, keep the town in line, and, simple business, get protection money. You know how it is. Pretty good racket. Well, at least till now. He kind of looks over his shoulder at Nadia, and Evander is kind of strumming very lightly on a lute, tuning it.
Yeah, Nadia's standing pretty close behind him, ready to smack him upside the head.
So, what's the story on Fel Drengar, the woodcarver? Were you involved with that?
Me? Nah, not me, man. That was other people.
But you must have heard them bragging about it when they got back, right?
Well, a couple guys, but I don't see them in here. But they were here before when you guys got here, so if you took care of them, then that's already done. As far as I know, Woodcarver stood up for himself. They beat him down.
So what happened to the woodcarver's family?
Give me another. You're still using persuasion?
Yes.
Give me another persuasion check. Oh.
But I grabbed performance instead of persuasion, of course.
Okay.
I'm not going to get that roll, probably. Yeah, of course, the good roll isn't with persuasion.
Says, I think that'd just get me in more trouble with you guys. I don't really know, tell you the truth. They was collected.
So where is the boss? Where is the boss man these days? He obviously leaves you guys here to manage the town and goes and isn't around.
Says,
where
man, I don't need to tell you anything more. I've told you enough.
Nadia punches him in the back of the head.
Yeah, I'll let Nadia start using intimidation if you want.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to intimidate. I'm just going to beat the shit out of him.
No, that works too.
Okay. I'll assume you hit. So if you want to do damage, then roll damage. If you don't want to do damage, then just you punch him. And he says, "Ow."
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to kill him yet. So I won't roll damage yet.
Does Evander have any persuasive type stuff, a charm or anything like that?
Let's see. No, but Evander will pop up.
Tertius actually has a charm person.
Well, if he wants to use it. He's got the spell slot, sure.
Let's try to charm this guy.
Okay. Go ahead and drop a save on him. All right, you apply the charm, and Evander will sit there and say, "Come on, man. This is a wife and kids. They just lost their father. Can't you help out?" Actually, I should give that advantage.
And even his persuasion roll is as good or better than both of mine.
Oh, those are terrible. But he's charmed, so he looks at most favorable light. All right, man. just because, you know, I'll help you out. They're taking up to our hideout. It's underneath the ruins. You can find it easily enough. Just go to the east up onto the ruins of the manor, and you'll find some stairs going down. Boss man should be there. He's kind of a wizardy type called Glassstaff. But be careful because Glassstaff has been, well, I guess him and this black spider fellow, they're together. They've kind of hired us. The black spider doesn't hang out over there. But, yep. That's where we keep the prisoners.
How many of you are up there?
Oh, ruffians? A handful. About the same as what you saw here.
And others?
Yeah, there's some other nasties. We got skeletons guarding the prisoners. And there's some crazy eye monster in the lower part of the whole place.
So he said the base he was talking about was on that town map, up on the northeast side of it, up on top of that hill, the
Yeah,
ruins up there.
looks like a big large building that's, you know, with the broken roof.
Is that the same place or a different place than Cragmont Castle?
No, different place. That's Tresendar Manor.
Okay, just trying to make sure those are two separate places.
Yep. He says, that's all I know, man. We were to intimidate the locals, you know, make a little money with some, you know, protection money. That's it.
What was the name of the place where the ruffians said that their captives are?
In their hideout, Tresendar Manor. It's in the chat there.
And which direction is that from the town?
East, directly east. Just follow the path. Take you right up the hill. Here, I'll reshare the map, the town map for you guys. So to remind you, you guys are here at the Sleeping Giant Tap House. And he's referring to this building all the way over here to the east side.
So was it the mayor who had, was there a mayor or a sheriff here or something like that at the jail cell? Kind of seems like one of them.
Mayor.
Well, you had the town master. Yeah, kind of like a mayor.
Wonder if we want to have this guy locked up, or do we just want to wander off? And if anyone lingers longer, I'm not going to pay a lot of attention.
Well, before we do that, a couple of other questions for him. You know, when do you expect reinforcements down here, or when do you expect it? You know, like a change in shifts?
I don't know, a couple hours, maybe. Probably head back, and some others would come down. Could be a day.
Do you head back, or do they come down? So is it like you that instigates this, or is it like a time shift change?
Just kind of whatever. We got the locals pretty much cowed, so We got the run of the place, you know.
Okay. Any other questions for him, Jeff?
I can't think of any.
Wagner?
No, I'm good with what I've heard so far. I think we ought to search the place before we go anywhere, though.
Yeah. So we can do the search, and then we'll pull Bogner and Dalen aside and say, well, what do we want to do with him? I don't. He's still charmed. I don't want him hearing our conversation here. So we'll walk outside. What do we want to do with him?
I'm good with picking bells.
Oh, I was gonna say my vote's just put him out of his misery. Sounds like Kev will take him to jail. Bogner has no problem taking him to jail.
Evander's like, yeah, I'm all for freedom, but not in this case. We already got him tied up. I'm not so hot on killing a man outright after he's already been captured and admitted to wrongdoing. He should just face justice.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am.
Nadia rolls her eyes and shrugs her shoulders. He's your prisoner, then.
All right. We'll frog march him down to the town master.
Okay. You guys walk him down there. You open up the door and come inside. And Sildar and the town master are in the back room. And, they hear the commotion and they come out. And Harbin's, what is this? What's going on? What are you guys trying to do here? This is a nice, quiet town.
It's a nice, quiet town, except for when these guys are killing people for standing up for themselves.
Well, I don't know what you mean. I thought they were just mercenary group, but
we walked up there. They attacked us outright. We took them out.
And then this guy admitted that he and his friends killed the woodcarver
and took the family.
Harbin looks over at the ruffian and says, "Is this true? How long does charm last?"
Charm lasts 1 hour.
Are there any saves per round, or he's done once he fails?
Only it just says that if he takes damage after the charm, so if we do anything harmful.
Okay. So yes, he's still charmed. So he's like, yeah, we did all that. I mean, maybe not me personally, but yeah, what these guys said is true. Well, Harbin at this point goes, all right, well, we got a makeshift cell. Not sure I want to put him in there, though. I mean, the rest of the gang's out there. They might come and try to kill me and take him back. So, you probably need to lock him up somewhere else.
Where else would we lock him up? It's up to you. I mean, we can just leave him with you and walk out and have it be off of our hands.
Well, have the rest of his fellows come here. I'm not equipped to handle it.
Well, if we let him go free, he'll probably run off to the rest of his friends who will also come here. Probably faster.
Evander tries some persuade on the master. Says, "Look, you take him off our hands for a day or two. We can go deal with the rest of them. I think we're gonna head over there anyway, so they obviously can't come and bother you here if we're bothering them over there." And Evander actually rolled pretty good that time.
I didn't think that was a legal roll for persuasion.
What was that?
I thought we were required to roll 8 and under when we were doing persuasion.
Right. Harbin here. Fine. I'll stick him in, but you better take care of the rest of them. Because if they're still here by tomorrow, well, this town's going to pay more than they can afford. And he takes the tied up guy and puts him in the cell. He even gives you your rope back.
All right, so we've done that. Did Sildar, or the other guy there, was it Sildar, I think?
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say this whole time, or is he just kind of...
No, he's just sitting there. Glass staff. Don't know anything about it. And if I was healthier, I'd help you all out. But looks like you're more than capable yourselves.
All right. Does a short rest give me back key points back?
Probably. You can look in your abilities tab and read up key. But I think it does. Thinking of taking a short rest before you head up?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay. I'm going to push some experience out from...
Short or long rest, so...
Okay.
So I'll look at the other guys. You guys short rest and then head up.
Yeah, that works.
So do we get to get some HP back too then?
So if you guys want to use some hit dice, you can definitely do that.
For a short rest, do we get our spells back, or
You do not.
Okay.
If you're a mage, you get arcane recovery, which allows you to get a couple spell slots back. And if you're a sorcerer, I think you get some of your sorcerer points back. But otherwise, you don't get your spell slots back.
All right. So if I go ahead and you just want us to drag the HD that's under at the bottom.
So if you want to use hit die to heal yourself, yeah, you would just either left click or left double click, and it'll roll hit die for yourself.
I just drug. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that rolls.
All right.
At this point, that bardic inspiration will have worn off.
so can I drag hit die until I have none left? Is that how that works?
Yes. So if you want to use another one, you can do another one.
I only dragged that once. I'm not sure how it rolled twice. I'm not going to complain. I would have dragged it a second time, but it's again user interface interest. It's just a user interface issue. Unless I was pressing control while I dragged, I guess, but I didn't think I was.
That's right. We'll give you one back. There you go. You got one hit die.
Well, I didn't need the one back. I still, after the 3, I still had 5 left, so I was going to roll again. I just had expected it would take me 2 actions to roll the second time, not roll it as part of the first action. So I mean, I don't need it back.
Okay, so you meant to roll all 3 hit die?
I meant to roll it. It's just it rolled twice the
Okay.
second time I rolled it.
All right. Well, you're good then.
All right, so we're gonna start on our way. We've done our short rest, and so now we're gonna head up to that manor, towards that manor.
All right.
And I'll kind of range ahead, scouting.
Yeah, I was just thinking might want to make sure there's nobody. I mean, heck, you and I could climb up the side also if we wanted to, if we had any worry that somebody was actually watching the approach. No, I don't know that everyone else. Well, I mean, heck, we could climb up with that. I don't know if it's open all around it, so I don't think it'd be that. I think the road probably be better for everyone than trying to climb it.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
My action surge, when I go into the preparation mode, there's a button that says rest, so I can't tell if that's short or long.
It's either. Let me apply a, hold on. So let me apply a short rest now that you guys rolled all your die. Okay.
Okay.
So that should have cleared anything that required a short rest. Should have unlocked your key points, Jerry, and should be good.
I'd already done that myself because you said that we were doing that, so.
Okay, fair enough.
But it doesn't change your hit dice back, or the HD back, right?
It does not. Only a long rest will allow you to regain some of your hit die.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys go up to the manor.
Like I said, I'm ranging out ahead.
Sure. Give me a perception roll and give me a stealth roll.
Stealthy. All right, stealth. Perception.
Okay. So you're ranging ahead, and you feel like you're staying in the shadows. You feel that you're kind of seeing everything reasonably well. And yeah, once you guys get up to the ruins, it's pretty much what you'd expect. It's a ruined estate, and everything seems to be really in bad disrepair. And but you do, on the eastern end of the estate, you do come across some cellar doors that you can open, and you walk down. And when you walk down, and I'll just move you guys down to.
So we didn't see, there was no
no
critters, no people, no nothing.
Not that you can tell. Not that you ran into. No. See you guys. And you're on the right side. I'll move you a little bit. And let me uncover. So pretty much the cellar door comes down to here.
So Bogner's in front of the cellar door?
You guys, what we'll do is top to bottom on the map in terms of who's first, second, third. So
okay, so I'm in.
Kind of arrange yourselves, yeah.
So the cellar door, though, if I'm looking at the map right now, Bogner is like the closest to it. Okay.
Yep. but in terms of order, we'll say it's you, Bogner, Dalen, Tertius, Evander, since it's
Okay.
a single file.
Well, I'll go ahead and listen at the door.
Okay.
Perception again, or no?
Yeah. It's pretty
It's a
quiet.
thick door. All right. So at this point, look at Bogner and, well, looks like it's time for you to take the lead, or Dalen, either one.
All right.
All right, I'll go ahead and try and crack the door open a little bit.
It's unlocked, and you can open it. As you see what you see just a little bit.
And I've got my bow knocked.
As you see like a landing and some stairs going down. I'm assuming you're cracking it just a little bit, but if you want to open it up further.
So do I see or hear anything at the landing or on the stairs from what I can see from here?
Now that it's open, go ahead and give me a perception, since you're listening. Can't see anything from that little sliver, but you hear some burbling of water, like maybe a pool or a fountain or a stream.
All right, I'll go ahead and open it up the rest of the way then, since I don't see or hear any other activity.
Okay. So you open up the door and it opens to a 5-foot wide landing, 15 feet above a large cellar. Stone steps descending to the floor in 2 short flights. Another door stands beneath the stairs to the north, and a large stone cistern occupies the western part of the room, whose walls are lined with kegs and barrels.
Still don't see anyone in the room.
Nope.
All right, I'll tell the rest of the group that I don't see anyone and go ahead and move on in.
Okay, you guys move in and around.
How high is the ceiling?
Probably 5 feet. Not 5 feet. Probably 8 feet from this top landing. So by the time you get to the bottom, say 18 feet.
Okay.
You love that feeling of the blood rushing to your head when you're walking on the ceiling, don't you?
I just like the fact that it keeps me out of the melee range. Somebody's going to have like a pretty good pole arm to be hitting me. All right, so we move in. We don't see anything. Let's check. Should we check out the cistern real quick? Just make sure there's nothing here that we need to worry about.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll stay by the door over here just in case someone tries to come out.
Okay. Dalen goes over to the cistern.
Yeah.
And Nadia there. It's a water reservoir. Looks to be several feet deep. The rim is, stone, and it's 2 feet higher than the surrounding floor. And there's probably so that means that the water's just below the edging level. I mean, if you had a gauge, 8 to 12 feet deep, somewhere like that.
Do the barrels hold water? Or is that other storage of other stuff?
So if you look into the barrels, they're fresh provisions. There's no water in the barrels, but there is ale. Other barrels have salted pork, beef, sugar, apples, flour.
Can we tell if there's the cistern? How does it fill, and is there a drain from it also? If we can determine that.
Well, give me an investigation roll. There's a pipe above, kind of higher in the wall, next to the door, and the water just comes out of there. It's not rushing, but it's some steady water collection. You don't anticipate it flooding anytime soon, but it's it's slowly filling. If this is the hideout, you suspect that they can easily drink enough water in a day to keep ahead of the inrush of water from the cistern.
Okay.
The water is fresh, though. Dalen and Nadia, give me perception checks. You both notice at almost the same time that there's a rope on the south side of the cistern, kind of going down into the water.
If we pull on it, is there something on the other end of it? And what's it tied to on our end?
It's kind of just secured, like just below the water line in the wall. And if you had jumped into the water, you would have seen it easily if you had scraped alongside. But you guys just happened to kind of both notice it, just by the way the water was rippling. You saw this little object grab your attention. But it's right there. You can reach down and grab it, pull it up.
So the rope is attached below the water line, and then it goes deeper into the water.
Yep, goes deeper into the water. And
yeah.
you give a tug on it, and it seems like something's attached to it, and it seems to come like it's not held in place. You could pull something up.
All right, I'll pull something up, although I'm gonna try to be somewhat aware that, for all I know, it could be something alive on the other end of it.
Okay, so you pull it. You pull up to the surface, and you see some clothes, and you see a potion of healing.
Is it like in a bucket? Is it in a
Satchel. So just some common clothes, and the satchel's waterproof. It's well lined, oiled leather. So you pull it up and you open up, and the clothes are dry, and the healing potion is fine. And there's another potion in there, but you're not quite sure what it is.
You can grab both of those potions. Do you see any reason you want the clothing?
I can't think of a reason, but I also can't think of a reason why the clothing would be important enough to keep the satchel down with the potions, unless there was something about it. But
Well, let's just take the whole satchel and
yeah, we'll take the whole thing with us for now.
Okay. I dropped the items in the parcel sheet.
Is the unidentified item the satchel?
Nope, the unidentified item should be the potion.
Okay. And then, so the clothes were common clothes, right? That's what's up there.
Yep. Does that help? I changed its
Yep,
non-ID name.
And then, all right. So we just left it all in the satchel though for now.
Sure.
Okay. So nothing else remarkable around that. Before we do anything else, and maybe Wagner's going to do the same thing, I'm going to listen at this door that I'm in front of.
Yeah, I'll do the same for the door I'm in front of.
Okay. Just going to consolidate all those potions of healing into one.
We have enough for each person to carry a potion of healing if we need one.
Yeah, you guys have been collecting them pretty well.
I mean, it's probably worth distributing them between all of us, especially since we took a short rest. We're getting low on spell slots.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
You already have one, so it's just adding another.
Oh, if we already have one, if people already have one, it's not that big a deal. I was thinking if we didn't. I guess I already have one too, so.
Never a bad thing to have multiple, though, probably.
Yeah, but it's like you said. Everybody can now have two.
Oh yeah, okay, that works.
So, Jim, we'll each add one to our potions, and if you want to take,
Sure.
we just drag the potion healing.
Yep, just grab the little shield on the right and drag one into your sheet.
Dang it, that's not what I wanted to do. So I dragged it to my sheet, but I wanted to put it in the pouch. I needed the right pouch on it, right?
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't doesn't take into account positional dropping as a location identifier. It just throws it into your inventory, and then you'll have to locate it separately.
How do I delete? There it is.
Right, Evander's got his. Who hasn't grabbed the last one?
Tertius, but I'm just gonna write 2 in there.
Yeah, I ended up dragging it twice, and then I dragged one back, and could
Okay.
never figure. Because I had one in my pouch and one outside, and I couldn't figure out how to add it, so I ended up just manually deleting one and changing the number in the other.
That's what I did.
Yeah, how do you end up deleting it? Just make it 0? or-
Right click on the one you want to delete, and it'll give us skull and crossbones.
Gotcha.
All right, so
You don't hear anything.
we handed out the neither one of us.
Correct.
And there are two doors to this room, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bogner's by
So-
one, Nadia's by the other.
I'll come back over towards Bogner. I don't hear anything there. Let's hit your door first.
It's locked.
He said let's hit it, so I'm gonna pick up my warhammer.
So you take your warhammer and you're about ready to smash the door?
Well, it's locked, but
Evander goes, wait. I've got lockpicks. Maybe
I think technically Bogner treats that as unlocking the door.
so. You're still gonna smash it? Give me a.
no, I just ask Nadia if she wants to go through the other one first, then, since this one's locked.
Yeah, let's see what the other one has. Let's go ahead and. But again, I want you you'd be in front, Kev.
Asps, very dangerous.
Okay.
So,
well, everybody position themselves.
Hang on a second.
What was that, Kev?
He needed a second.
Oh.
All right, I'm back. So is this door locked or not?
Nope. It's unlocked.
I've got my bow out and knocked and holding an action.
All right, well, we'll do the same thing again. Kind of opened up just a little bit and see if I can hear or see anything.
Okay, give me a perception roll as you crack it. Okay. Let's see. You hear some rustling. Not a lot of rustling, but a little bit of rustling.
Can I tell if it's close to the door or not?
It's nearby. It's not like right on the other side of the door, but it's it's a very quiet rustle, so it can't be too far away.
All right, well, I'll kind of motion to the group that I hear something.
All right. I'm ready with my weapons and ready to see what happens.
Yeah, I'll make sure I have my warhammer ready, and then I'll go ahead and open the door the rest of the way.
Okay. Let me get this here.
So not related to the game. Did any of you guys see that Sony is, I think it's Sony, is suing Knee Deep Brewing Company?
No, I didn't.
Nope.
Because Knee Deep has a beer called Breaking Bud, and on the front of it, they've got their hop dude that's, the hop bud in the full chem outfit.
Well, hopefully Sony does it in the very same way that Budweiser did it when they sued the other microbrew for something that they had done. They basically just cease and desist and gave them tickets to the Super Bowl and some other stuff. I mean, it was, and they announced it using like a dressed up guy as a town crier. So it was done really well, and it was about as pleasant and friendly as you could be for a legal cease and desist serve.
Yeah, but it's Breaking Bud has been out for, I mean, ages. It's been like this for like ages. It's kind of ridiculous at this point that that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's probably the first time they've heard of it. All right, everybody roll me initiative. Okay. So these guys were ready, and they were waiting for the door to open. They heard you guys shuffling around, looking in barrels, digging in the water. That's why they were prepared here. And so, Bogner, give me a survival check. I want to see whether or not these guys actually surprise you, or if that little bit of rustling noise was enough to really prepare you for somebody trying to shoot you. Yep. Okay. No surprise. Your roll was good enough to alert you to something's presence. But they do get to go first. So this guy, Ruffian 1, he's going to move up, and he's going to wait. And he's going to move up, and he's going to wait. And they're both basically just sitting there with their weapons out. They each have 2 short swords, and they're just kind of waiting for you to come in. And in fact, they're just like, come on.
My suggestion is back up and close the door.
All right, Bogner. So they've prepared for you to come in.
If we go in, they can have multiple people attacking the first one through. If we don't go in, they can't.
That's true. Looks like you might have yourself a Redbrand standoff.
So do I notice if they have any thrown weapons on them?
I'll use your same perception roll. Yeah, they do not look like they have any missile or throwing weapons. Just looks like 2 short swords. I guess they could try to throw a short sword at you, but wouldn't be the most balanced of throwing weapons.
All right, well, I'm going to take a half step to the north here, and then go ahead and target one of the ones that's kind of to my south.
Okay. Go ahead and move your guy, and I'll accept, and then you should still have a nice straight shot. I'd say even,
So, yeah,
did you want to go that far? Because you'd still have a straight shot that far.
yeah, basically just wanted to make sure I can get out of the way for the people that are behind me, so that they can also have a shot of doing some kind of ranged attack.
Fair enough. Okay. Go ahead and target 13. I'll say 13, no problems trying to hit him. Ruffian 1 next to him, you would have probably a -2, since he's a little deeper into the room and you got to lean around a little bit further. Right. Handoff sails off the corner and clangs into the hallway. It's kind of back in here. It's kind of back in here somewhere. Dalen.
Okay.
So I guess probably the best approach is for me to step forward. If I step forward, can Nadia still step where I am and target somebody?
She could, yes, at a -2, and she could target Ruffian 1 because that would be a partial cover, just because. And I'd say 13 and 11 probably not.
Okay. I will step forward because I think from back where she is, she can't target anyone.
Right. So
Unless
you
they
can
move.
target Ruffian 1 from where you are with no
Right.
problems, and the other two would be partial cover.
Okay. And then I'm gonna throw a javelin at him.
Alrighty. Oh! You skewer him. Oh, max damage on the javelin too. Thunk. He is not happy.
I guess we'll see if he's tough enough to pull it out of him and throw it back.
All right. You gonna move a little bit more? Or are you done?
No, I guess I'm done.
All right, there we go. I forgot to lock tokens, so they're locked now. All right, Evander is going to attempt to move through here. And he does. He kind of wiggles between you guys. And he's going to target Ruffian 1 with a hand crossbow. And he hits. And drops him. Jordius.
Tertius can't see either one of them. He's not going to try. He's going to do a produce flame. I'm assuming he can see the bed behind them, right?
Yeah, he's got a clean shot all the way to that bed there.
He's going to try to set that bedding on fire.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
So I'm attacking the bed. Obviously, I don't know. I can't target it. So
Yeah, just roll an attack roll. So typically for like a normal common action, it's a 10. So you rolled a 9. So I'm going to say that you try to hit the bedding on top instead of the frame, but you aim too high and you hit the wall just above it, so it splashed off the stone wall and missed.
that's fine.
Okay.
So Nadia is going to go up here, then actually going to end up over here on the ceiling. Dang it, why'd you do that?
All right, you want to be there?
No,
All right, hold on. Let me move you back. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna move
I always
up
move
the
you too
wall.
soon.
I have to
always
climb.
move you too soon.
I have to climb up the wall first.
Okay.
Then I'm on the
Okay.
ceiling, and so I end up above the cisterns, standing on the ceiling.
Okay. So you are pretty much 18 feet off the ground. So your head's like 14 feet off the ground. So you can see probably there on the floor through the door.
That's fine. I couldn't target anybody anywhere from anywhere, so I'm just waiting, getting out of the way. Got my bow.
Okay. All right, Ruffian 11. He had already done his hold action. So I'm going to say that's what he was holding his action for. All right, 13. Let's see. Does he have the patience? Yeah, he does. And he tries to intimidate you, Dalen, by calling you a wee little girl, not wanting to come in and tussle with him. But it was a pretty poor attempt to get you riled up.
Hey, I think riling people up is my job, isn't it?
Probably. All right, Wagner.
Yeah, I'll try another hand axe.
All right. So, evidently you're right-handed, and this is really more of a left-handed throw, and it's just kind of a little awkward. In fact, you're real accurate. In fact, you hit the same point of the wall both times.
So at least you got that going for you.
Yeah, if either
Which
the
is
wall would
nice.
move or the bandits would move, you'd be great.
Grouping's good, just not on target.
Yeah, very precise. Terrible accuracy.
So do I have line of sight on either of these two guys?
You do with partial cover for both, so -2.
All right. I'm gonna take a chance and come in between the two and attack 11.
Okay. So you're going to get to here, and you are going to take a number of held action attacks. So the first ruffian from your left, he misses, and he misses, and the one you're coming in to attack up above you, he misses, and he hits once. Oh, it hits you pretty good. All right. But you made it in, and now you're here.
And I'm going to hit him back, hopefully.
Okay. You do. No hopefully about it. You got in there. You can even move another 5 feet to your left. Well, see, to your left, and not give opportunity attacks and open up the way for more people.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Evander is going to come up.
If he comes up there, can Bogner get past? I guess he can move, attack, and move back. So that's
Right. And he's going to look at the one. He's going to say, that was the weakest shit taunt I've ever seen in my life. I mean, at least say he's ugly. I mean, that's what I'm calling you, ugly. Yeah, but he succeeds against that vicious mockery. And he'll step back. All right, Tertius. The way is open. Jared. Oh, okay.
We'll move up to where Evander had just been.
All right. So
And
attacks
he'll
will be at -2. Anything that causes a
fine.
save, no problem. And so you can apply the -2.
Oh,
Okay, so that's really
sorry.
18. That's still a hit. So go ahead and roll damage. Oh, max damage in that roll. Nice. He takes it right in the chest. Boof. And moves back. All right. All right. Monk it on the ceiling. All right, so I'm going to assume you're running over there, coming down the ceiling. So that's 10 feet. We'll say another 10 feet to come down, so that's 20, 25.
I have 45 feet. And
Yep.
I've moved 35 visually, so I
So
should be good.
you have no problems. Blah, 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 blah. You get right there.
And I'm going to start with a quarterstaff.
All right.
Miss. And miss.
Yeah, it's tight quarters in here.
And I'll. So is that the end of my movement?
Yes, you have no more movement left, and you've used your action and bonus action. If you want to do a flurry, you could spend a key and do one more unarmored attack.
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Then you're probably done. All right. Let's see. Dalen hit him. So he's going to return in kind since he also hit Dalen. Oh. Gets a crit on Dalen.
That's why I grabbed the. Oh, that's probably the best critical hit I've ever taken.
Yeah, that was not too bad. Oh, and he hits again. That's still not too bad.
Yeah, but I might be doing a healing potion.
Redbrand 13. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, Dalen. 5, 6. No, he's going to go after the monk. And he's flanking you, so he's going to get advantage. And he hits for some good damage. Hits again. Jeez, these guys are rolling well. Okay. All right, Wagner. The melee's on. And I think you're out of throwing axes.
Yeah, I am. So I'll go ahead and move up and see I'm already on 13, so I'll go ahead and continue to attack him.
All right. You hit. Bring your hammer around on his shoulder. Wham! He kind of staggers a little bit, but maintains his feet. All right, Dalen. You gonna continue to trade shots with this guy? I mean, he's looking pretty rough.
I think I'll attack 11.
Yeah, you do. That's so good. So how do you
Take that for critting me.
how do you do that to him? Do you just stab it and twist it? You bring it from the ground up and take him in two?
I was thinking I might have actually cut his head off with that swing, but
You just kind of brought it from a little left to right and took his head clean off his shoulders. All right, fair enough. The head goes flopping away and the torso just kind of drops to its knees on the bed and then slumps over as if it went to rest.
I like how he's unconscious though, with the exceeding by 15.
Yeah. If you had exceeded by one more, he would have been instantly dead.
Oh, it's more than 10 now.
No, it's if you do enough damage to exceed his max hit points, and if you do enough damage to kill it and exceed past its max hit points, then it's instantly dead. No death saves.
Okay.
All right, Evander, he's gonna. No, he'd have to take a -2 to shoot through Bogner, and he'd rather not do that. So he just says, your partner's dying. You're going to die too. This time the guy fails. And takes a couple points. All right. And then he's going to move down here. And then as a bonus action, he's going to give Dalen a little healing word. Then he's going to get back out of the way. Tertius, you're up. All right, moves up. So -2 for any attack through Bogner's space. But you can do it from there. Let's see, does that still hit the -2? Oh, you applied it. Excellent. It sure does.
Excellent.
Couple points of damage. Flame glances off his shoulder. All right. He moves back. I assume Nadia's going to spin around. Or do you do the cool no-look monk thing with the staff just behind you? Oh, even more. Runs around, hops up on a couple boxes, hops up on the big barrels. He kind of just pivots in place, following you with big eyes.
That's fine because I'm giving somebody else an opportunity to flank him.
Yeah, that's if he survives. Yeah. I don't. So that'll hit.
Sorry, I thought I had him targeted. My bad.
Let's go ahead and roll your damage. No, and he takes the staff right in the head. Crunch. And he drops. Okay.
I'm going to retrieve my 2 hand axes.
You do. All right. This appears to be a storeroom that's been pressed into service as living quarters. 2 double bunks stand against the wall near the door, while barrels and crates fill the southern half of the chamber. The barrels, similar provisions that you saw in the first area.
Okay.
Nothing on the corpses.
You find a couple, some coin, couple gold, couple electrum, couple silver, and a couple gems. Just 2 red gems.
Okay. Tertius, I can't, so I can't see how Dalen's health is, but Tertius is going to go ahead and take the opportunity to do a cure wounds on Nadia.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and apply that. You also find 3 dirty red cloaks.
I'm gonna cast a cure wounds on myself.
So
Spell number 2 on me.
target Nadia. It's a little better.
So that's what you found on the ruffians. So everything's in the party sheet.
All right, move back to the other door then, I guess, after we've checked this all.
Who pulled this? It was Dalen that pulled the satchel up out of the cistern. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So Evander says, do you want me to try that, or do you just want to swing away there, B?
Yeah, back up and let him go ahead.
Okay, he steps up, and he pulls some tools out, messes around, he hears a click, and he kind of smiles, and he goes, oh, yeah. And he kind of pulls it open just a hair. Says, it's unlocked.
So it opens into the room.
Say
I
that
mean,
again.
it opens towards us.
Yeah, it opens towards you.
Do we hear anything?
Nope, don't hear anything.
All right, I'll go ahead and open the rest of the way.
Okay, you see a short hallway that looks like a thick dust covers the flagstone of the hallway. Looks like on the far wall you see a faux column right there.
Nadia, you want to stealth check this, or you want me to just go ahead and go on in?
Man, I can do that. I'll go ahead and I can stealthily go up and look around the corner.
All right, give me a stealth check. Okay. Go ahead and show me where you assume you're going to it right there, probably.
You know, what do I have this extra 15-foot thing?
Oh, because
Now I got lines everywhere.
there we go. We'll just pick you up and drop you back in the same spot.
How do I get rid of all these lines everywhere?
You grab your token and you like you're gonna start moving it from scratch again, and then you just drop it down right back where it started, and it resets all your waypoints.
Okay. So I've gone up here, and I'll look around each corner quietly,
Okay.
see what I can see. I'm gonna look to the right first.
You look to the right, and you see a short hallway. You look to the left, and you now get a better view of the hall. So thick dust covers the flagstones across this entire somber hallway. The walls are decorated again with faux columns about every 10 feet, and the double doors at the west end are sheathed in copper plate, now greenish with oxidation and age, and a relief carving of a mournful angel seems to grace the doors.
So there's dust everywhere. Like nothing has walked through here since the time, at least the dust has settled.
Give me an investigation check.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, pretty much looks like there really hasn't been anything walking through here, at least that you can tell.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and like go up on the ceiling, go up this wall next to me, and
Okay.
get in this
Now
area.
now everything's about 10 feet.
That's fine. I just don't want to walk on these flagstones at this point.
Sure. So you're just gonna kind of walk along the roof there, or what you doing?
So, no, now I'm gonna get out my quarterstaff and I'm gonna start poking the flagstones as I walk down this hall.
Okay.
Prodding them relatively firmly, you know, not just a little tap, just
Okay. So
moving down the hall.
you get to here, actually, right here, and your passive perception is what, 15?
Passive perception is 15.
Yeah. So you notice that there seems to be a crack that runs lengthwise between these tiles, kind of right where that line is underneath you. And you also notice that there seems to be some narrow ledges on the north and south sides. You know, here and here. And you suspect this could be a trap of some kind.
Okay. So I'm gonna back up beyond where that is. I'm gonna see if I can, you know, I think it's a narrow ledge. You know, is it a pit trap? Is what I'm, you know, kind of thinking. So I'm gonna back up just a tad, and I'm gonna, you know, hit it pretty decently with my staff. See if I can trigger it.
Okay, you just kind of give it a good front poke.
Good old whack.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
It's just a dust trap.
Okay. You give it a really good whack. You get your weight into it. You kind of spring down a little bit with your legs, you know, and sure enough, you thought you would have driven your staff to splinters if this was a solid floor, but it's not. And you do trigger it. Trap pops open and opens up, and it's probably you can see it's over 10 feet drop, probably closer to 20 feet.
Just anything at the bottom, or just straight old pit?
Just a pit, just a dirt floor pit, 20 feet down.
How big are the ledges along each side?
It's big enough you could, with a little bit of dexterity, walk across them.
Okay.
It's 10 feet, so if somebody has a strength of 11 or more, they could jump across it.
So I'll indicate to the rest. You guys come in, but Dalen, you might want to be. I already tapped here, but still be careful. I just found a big trap.
Hopefully your tap actually reverberated through all the others, so my clanking will be enough to trigger them.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull out a length of rope and pass it on back to Dalen and continue my journey across.
Okay, I'm going to unlock tokens there.
Good. And I might not be able to is there anywhere I could anchor a rope over here?
No, not really.
All right. Well, what we'll do is initially we'll go ahead and I'll hang on to, I'll drop, again, I'm going to test this floor that I'm standing over first. Again, see if there's any traps. I'm assuming that there's not. So I'll work myself down back onto the floor. And Dalen and I can secure a rope while Bogner comes over. We'll just hold it steady so he can walk across the ledge without having to worry so much about the dexterity check.
Okay, I'll give him advantage since he's. So give me an acrobatics check, and for everybody trying to cross, and with advantage for using the rope. Yep, Bogner makes it across, no problem.
So Tertius will come across. Acrobatics, you said?
Mm-hmm, with advantage. Yep, no problem.
Now, Bogner, I'll let you kind of go ahead and hold on to it.
Okay.
You gonna let Evander go across first, Dalen?
Yeah.
Okay, Evander says, yeah, I might need to work the door. So he's going to hold on to the rope, and he's going to try to come across. Yeah, he makes it no problem.
All right, so now Dalen, you tie it around your waist, and Bogner and I will anchor it and let you come across. So there's enough room out here, I'm assuming, for all of us to be on this this area, isn't there?
Ask that again?
So I'm assuming that there's enough room on here for all of us to be over in this area.
It's a tight fit, but
10 by 10, and 5 people should be able to fit in a 10 by 10 area.
yeah, yeah, it's a tight fit. I mean, you wouldn't want to do any fighting with all 5 of you over here, because you'd be in each other's way. But yeah, you can stand, no problem.
All right, so tie it around your waist real good. Me and Bogner will, have the edges, and we'll pull you. We'll just, pull the rope in as you're coming across, in case you do slip.
Well, doesn't he have some gloves or something that he could basically just walk along the edge?
I do have gloves of swimming and climbing. I'm not sure if those help in this. But
You know, I'd say it would have given you advantage to kind of keep your handholds on the wall. So, but either way, you're being helped with the rope, so you got advantage on your roll either way.
acrobatics again?
Yep. Clank, clank, slip. All right. Nadia and Bogner, if you guys are both helping, give me athletic rolls.
I love how with advantage I still roll a 6.
Okay. And so as it was described, you know, they're on belay, right? They're reeling in, and so as you slip, you're only halfway across, and so when you fall, you only fall 5-6 feet, and they catch you. And we'll say that they pull you up, and you climb over the edge, and you make it. A little embarrassed, but no damage. You know, scrape on your armor.
I have to live up to my nickname.
Okay. So you guys are here in front of this door.
So you said got an angel, a mournful angel. So gonna kind of search the, just kind of look at the door for any obvious, things out of place, as well as then listen at the door and see if there's anything that we can hear.
Okay. Give me a perception roll. See what you can hear. Nope, not much sound. Pretty quiet.
Is there any door handle? Is there anything like that?
Hey, were you guys able to see to the bottom of the cistern or not?
No, just that it was several 10 feet deep or something.
Yeah, it was dark and deep. And the rope, when they pulled it up, the rope was, 8, 9 feet long.
This just seems like a lot, especially with all the dust on the ground, for them to not have a way of interacting with people that might be deeper in this place.
Yeah. Good point. The doors seem to be unlocked.
Okay.
And looks like they would open inward.
Towards us or towards whatever's
Away from you.
okay.
Yeah, inward is based on position. So you're right. No, it would have opened away from you.
Okay. Well, Bogner, you would be the one, opening. I'm gonna get back up on the ceiling and knock a bow.
All right, well, go ahead and crack open the door that I'm in front of.
Actually, let me switch places with Dalen because I'm gonna stand right in the middle. There we go. Stand right in the middle on the ceiling, bow knocked, ready. Tertius will have a produced flame ready.
You want to do these at the same time, Dalen?
Sure.
Okay, so as you crack open the door a little bit, you can see 2 skeletons standing there, kind of just at. Hey, Jared. Just standing there. Don't seem to be aggressive.
I miss the old turn undead where I could turn a collection of skeletons at once.
You still can. Anything in
Yes,
30 feet.
It's single target.
No, it's turn undead's an area of effect, 30-foot range based on your person.
Yeah, I don't have turn undead. I have abjure enemy.
Yep, you're not a cleric.
Well, I'll give a motion that I see 2 things in here. So they're not moving at the from us cracking the door open then.
Nope, not moving.
Then I'll go ahead and open this door the rest of the way.
Okay. So you see in this room 3 large stone sarcophagi stand within this dusty crypt. Propped against each sarcophagus is a human skeleton clad in bits of rusty mail. Looks like false columns again line the walls with a carved image of a spreading oak trees. Double doors to the southwest, of course, are still sheathed in the tarnished copper plate. And you see doors to the north and to the northeast. And the skeletons still do not make a movement.
All right. Well, it's your move, Bog.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw a hand axe at the one directly in front of me.
Because you've been so effective with them so far.
So you're going to want to uncheck your ammo. Uncheck one box to show that you got it back. Let's see. Was it 12? Skeleton 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misses. So it flies off and clangs.
Do they move now?
Nope. Surprisingly. I mean, you didn't hit him. So if anybody else wants to get an action, or if they're waiting for Bogner to move in,
I'll
okay.
move to there and hold.
You move in and you hold, and they don't seem to do anything. Dalen.
Actually, I would like to use Divine Sense because it'll until what is it? As an action, I can open my awareness to detect evil or whatever. Until the end of my next turn, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. So I know the type of it that I sense, but not its identity.
So it's a celestial, or what are the classes?
Celestial fiend or undead.
Okay. You sense 3 undead right here in front of you.
Okay, so these are really undead. They're not just skeletons standing there to make us think they are.
Yep. But evidently, whatever you're doing so far hasn't seemed to trigger any reaction from them.
Are they armed?
Yeah, they have a short bow, short sword. They just standing there like dusty statues. I mean, they kind of sway very imperceptibly. But it's kind of eerie that they just stand there. They don't move. They don't twitch.
I wonder if we can try to disarm them. I mean, I wouldn't do it gently. I would like take my sword and try to disarm it. Just if they have their sword ready, try to disarm it with their sword, or cut their bowstring if they have their bow ready.
When you said disarm, just aim at the shoulder joint. Yeah, their arm will fall right off.
Dalen, I'll say you can see on the sarcophagi that each one is carved with a depiction of a person. Two are male, one is female, and they all seem to have kind of a look like they're noble or at least very wealthy.
Oh, come on. Smack the crap out of one of them.
So is the one closest to me is it holding its weapons or holding a weapon ready, or is it just burying them?
I'm going to say Skeleton 12 in front of Bogner down here has its short bow out. This one, Skeleton next to you, has its short sword. And this one over here has its short sword.
So, Kevin, my suggestion is, I mean, you could take a step closer to the short bow guy and try to cut his bowstring. At the same time, I smack this guy's arm and see if carrying the sword, and see if I can disable him.
Well, I've already ended my turn though.
No. I can disable this now, or I can try to wait till we go around and
try to do a coordinated.
Right.
Okay.
Any opinions from everyone else, or should I just do this guy now?
No, if you guys want to do a coordinated strike, yeah. Tell me what you guys want to coordinate, and who will cause the trigger of all the activity in the CT round. If it's going to be you, then that's where we are.
Yeah, I would coordinate having Bogner move 5 steps or 5 feet forward and cut the bowstring of the guy, and I will attack this guy's arm to try to damage him, but also if I can get rid of the sword completely, that's a success as well.
Well, I've only got a hand axe to try that with.
Yeah, but if he's holding the bow, if he's not cocking it at you, it should be relatively easy to cut a bowstring.
Why not just let him hit him with the big giant hammer?
I guess you could do that too.
Okay. So it sounds like, well, Bogner, what are you going to do?
I'd rather try and either knock it out of his hand with my hammer, or just hit him with my hammer. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to push. I had this image of cutting the bowstring, and it was going with it longer.
I'd say you would probably feel more comfortable just trying to crush it with your hammer. It's a lot bigger target and takes a lot less finesse.
Yeah.
All right, Dalen, what are you going to do?
I'm going to basically attack this guy's arm, and I'll attack him, but focusing mainly on the arm that has the sword.
All right, and Nadia, what are you doing? I see you kind of walked in the room there.
Yeah, I went ahead and dropped down, walked around, stayed, within range so that they wouldn't do an opportunity of attack in case they did. And I'm going to attack Skeleton 1 just normal when Dalen goes ahead and kicks it all off.
Okay. All right, here's what I want. I want Bogner, Dalen. Well, actually, it's going to be Dalen. Dalen and Nadia, I need you guys to each roll me initiative. because with you, Nadia, walking around, you potentially trigger a reaction. Okay. So Nadia gets to this location first. And as soon as she gets to this location, the skeletons turn and they focus on her. And we are in combat. But with that roll, Nadia, you get to go first.
All right, well, I'll target skeleton 1.
Okay. Okay, so you punch it and it crumples to dust. And that blow, I mean, you didn't strike it with your fist as hard as you thought you did, but it just kind of shatters to any kind of blunt force trauma.
All right, well, I will.
You can move a step to your left and give advantage to Dalen.
What do you mean? How would that give him advantage?
Because you guys will be on opposite sides of the skeleton.
Oh, okay. I was actually looking more for me and going, I'm going to go ahead and step here so that skeleton 12 is going to have to shoot through skeleton 11 to hit me.
All right.
Does that make sense to you? I'm trying to I'm trying to be right behind so that they don't have a line of sight on me.
Yep. He would have to shoot through the other skeleton to try to hit you. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead and end your turn. Skeleton 12 drops a short bow on the ground and brings its short sword to bear on Wagner, who's next to it. Misses. Wagner.
Time to crack a skull.
You hit. Oh yeah, you obliterate it. It's a pile of dust.
I'm going to laugh when you just chop its arm off and nothing else happens.
No, what'll happen is I'm focusing so much, my attack's actually going to miss. What did I tell you?
And I was just going to say, you can move in to get on the opposite side of Nadia and get advantage. But yeah, you swing and a miss. Try to take its shoulder off, and as it turns to follow Nadia, you miss the shoulder. Anything else?
I think now I'll give Nadia advantage in theory, although it depends on who he has contact.
Well, he's facing me.
Yeah.
So I won't have advantage, but you did move out of the way for Evander and Tertius to be able to do stuff.
If he's still alive when it comes back around to me, I'll be disappointed.
So Evander will he'll come up and he'll take his rapier and he'll hit and do some damage. Skeleton 11. Ooh, target rich environment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gonna swing its short sword at you, Nadia. Oh, and he hits. Wow, was not expecting that. For some damage, not a lot, but enough. Tertius.
Nadia's at 50%.
Tertius will actually move in, and since you've seen what happens to these skeletons when they're hit by blunt weapons, he's going to attack with his light hammer.
Smart druid,
Nice.
but he misses. Not used to swinging that hammer. Just doesn't quite feel comfortable with it.
But he's going to continue his movement and move out of the way in case Wagner gets a chance to come up.
Okay. It's going to be Nadia's turn first. That's a hit. Oh yeah. It explodes. Not quite as impressively as when Wagner's hammer comes around, but still pretty impressive. Bits of bone and
Well, I
dust.
don't have the surface area. I don't have the surface area.
Yeah, or the physical weight of the hammer. So sure enough, you guys bring those skeletons up. Say that again.
I just had them retrieve my other hand axe.
Done.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to drop out here, so you guys can keep going if you want to.
Okay. Get some good sleep, man.
All right. Catch you guys later.
Take it later.
We'll go ahead and have Tertius do another cure wounds on Nadia.
All right.
I can do 5 more land hands if you want.
It's up to you. I was just out. Now I'm not on half.
Jeff, do you want to run Wagner? Or?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right,
2
go
doors.
Go ahead and
2
collect
doors
him from the PC list. Yep, 2 doors. Northwest, northeast. And
Yeah,
three
before we
three
look at
sarcophagi.
doors, let's investigate the sarcophagi.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. The sarcophagi lid are stone and somewhat heavy, but you guys can move them. You don't seem to see anything that would indicate traps or anything. And inside you see 2 human males, 1 human female. Mostly all just moldering bones and scraps of clothing. But give me investigation checks on whoever's looking in. I'll take 3 checks from 3 people. I'd say okay. So Dalen, you find a signet ring, and you let everybody else know. And based on your background, you're like, these all probably have signet rings. And sure enough, when you look in the other 2, there's some rings.
Nothing recognizable though, I assume.
Just nicely crafted, shiny silver or platinum signet ring. Probably platinum.
Okay.
Bearing the house of Tresendar. The oak tree.
Okie doke. So we gather those rings and
Yep.
shut the lids back down. Nadia will look at this door and listen at it as well.
Okay, perception. Yeah, you hear some rustling.
Wrestling or rustling?
Rustling, yes.
It looks like Evander moved to the other door. Is he doing the same?
Yeah, he's checking it out. He doesn't hear anything.
I'll indicate to these guys that I hear rustling behind this door, and we'll put Bogner in the way like usual. Let's move Evander out of the way though, and Nadia will kind of guard this door just on the off chance.
Evander's like, no problem. Go for it.
I'll have my bow knocked, but I'm kind of keeping an eye on that door right next to me. But I'm ready to fire through above Bogner's head if needed.
All right. Wagner will open the door.
So, Dalen, real quick, I'm going to retcon and give you one of your hit die back because as part of the Song of Rest, you would have gotten a 1d6 healing. Jared!
Okay.
So we'll just say that you would have got that. All right, Bogner, what are you doing? Or he's opening the door, cracking the door.
He'll crack it.
All right, and he cracks it, and a short sword comes lancing through the crack at him. And the first one hits. And because he's surprised, well, he's not surprised. He knew that there was a noise, so he's expecting something, but maybe not quite that. And the second one comes through, it also hits. And you now see you see the ruffian right there with a deep, ruddy scarlet cloak. It's the one that stabbed you through the crack that you just opened up in the door. And you see some bars behind him, and you see a person huddling in the corner way back here. But you can't quite see who or what they are. You just know that they're a figure. Jared, I'm trying to talk. This mic will pick you up from all the way over there. And with that, roll initiative again. Okay. Bogner, you just got stabbed twice by this guy in front of you.
Yeah, let's figure out what Wagner can do.
He's a fighter, a tank.
So how come when I click on things, like I'm trying to click on the little icon next to Action Surge and Second Wind on him, it does give you a description of them. Is it just because he's not my character?
No, because under the Actions tab, we never copied that information in. Go to the Abilities tab.
Okay.
And then that's where all the detail is. So
I was trying to see if any of these things are bonus actions or how they're worked?
So action surge you just use. It's not a bonus action. You just say you're going to use your action surge and you get another action and a possible bonus action for that round. Second wind, I believe, is an actual.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah.
That was the main thing I was looking for.
Yeah.
All right, I think I assume I can attack this guy.
Sure.
Do I have?
Gonna open up the door a little bit more, or
Yeah, we'll open up the. Well, I'll open up the door enough to attack him. Because if there's someone else back farther in there, I don't necessarily want to give them an attack of opportunity.
okay, I'll say that's about what you see with the door open, because the door is kind of like right there.
Okay. And then I will do an attack. The Warhammer.
You hit, almost a crit. And some damage.
And I am also going to take my second wind as the bonus action.
Okay, get a little healing in. All right.
And can I step in and then make a determination whether to use action surge or?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Going that far.
Okay, so you can definitely see that there was another ruffian behind that door. And I'm gonna say that door kind of swinging out in front of him kind of ruined his held action. So he does not get a chance to do a double stab against Bogner.
Okay. But I am going to use action surge and do another attack on the guy I've targeted.
All right, go for it.
So I just clicked on action surge and it took it off of the
Yeah.
actions tab.
Yeah, and it disappears. That just says
Okay.
that it's not deleted, it just disappears. So it just says that you've used it. So now go ahead, you've got another attack and another bonus action if you want.
Yeah, I hadn't clicked that second wind, so but I'll do the. Okay, here's the attack.
Oh, and that's a critical. And you bring it down. Crunch. He gets slammed up against the cages, the bars behind him, and he kind of slumps over and falls to the ground.
Okay.
All right.
There's
Evandur.
not much else I can do.
Yeah, Evandur's gonna hold. He's gonna move up a little bit, and then he's gonna hold a like a healing word. If somebody gets at half hit points, he's gonna, or half health, he's gonna healing word them. This guy's gonna move over. He's gonna target Bogner. Helps if I drop it in the window. He's gonna miss. And he's gonna miss with his 2 swipes. Whoosh, whoosh. Tertius. Let's see.
I'm gonna move so I can see through the door.
Yep.
To Redbrand 16. And you know the tokens are still unlocked, just so you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm fine with that.
And I'm gonna go ahead and produce flame on his ass. Maybe not literally his ass, but
Just,
you know what I mean.
that would be hard since he's kind of really facing you. But you can get his groin, sure.
If it's on the floor behind his feet and it goes up high enough, it will hit his ass.
Kind of like a frisbee skip along the floor, right? Oh, natural 20. So, strangely enough, he does. Tertius goes, I got something for you. And he throws the firebolt down, and it does skip off the stone flooring, and it skips off kind of the iron plating of the door behind him, and it hits the ruffian in the ass.
It's just something awesome to see, wouldn't it?
It's quite impressive.
Take that.
Ah! Dalen,
All right.
plenty of
Come up
movement to
here.
get there.
Right. And longsword. Although I don't know.
I unselected you. You had yourself targeted, but you missed him, and you would have hit yourself. No, you would have missed yourself too.
No, it was 18 would have hit myself.
No, you're 19, because you got your effect.
Oh, yeah.
Your tattoo
that's right.
effect. All right, so you come in
But-
and you miss him with your longsword.
What I meant is, if I hadn't been targeting myself, that roll would have hit him. But oh well.
Probably. Think of it as my petty penalty for not having your targeting set correctly.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Nadia.
I don't hear anything at the store yet, do I? I mean, passively, obviously, I'm
No.
more paying attention. No. Okay. Can I see him from right there?
Yes.
Yes.
Easy way to do is just target him and then see if that targeting line goes right through that door.
Am I good there, or do I need to move?
I'd say there.
Okay. I'll shoot an arrow at him.
Okay. Oh yeah. Take him right in the thigh. He grunts.
He was bent over, or he was leaned back, grabbing his ass from the fire.
Yeah, he's just
Had
getting it
an
from both
open
ends.
shot.
Firing his ass. Arrow almost in his crotch. He is unhappy.
I moved back out of the way,
Okay.
back to the door.
Wagner.
Wagner has the correct guy targeted. So that was interesting. I'm still holding the die to roll it. I haven't released the button yet.
And it rolled?
Yeah, I started dragging it over there and it rolled.
Oh, I wonder, did you hit your push to talk key somewhere in the middle?
I'm still holding the die, and I'm talking on I'm pressing the press the talk key now, and it's not continuing to roll, but I'm still holding the die.
For the damage attack?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I kind of wish I knew what was going on so I could disable it.
Well, it's probably a feature.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'll have to. You have to send me. I don't know. I'll have to play with that. So you clicked and held the die, and then you hit. What's your PTT?
control.
Okay, and then you hit control. All right, I'll have to see what that does. It doesn't seem to do anything for me. I wonder if it's a player feature, not a. Okay, well anyway, you kill him.
It's inconsistent, is what it is. I mean, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't.
I wonder if you double click and hold, and so when you double clicked, it rolled the die and then held it.
Oh, that could be.
All right.
Even if it's just registered a double click.
Yeah, so it registers the double click. It doesn't. It's not waiting for the second release to activate the double click.
You might have a mouse that's going bad. I had that where it would always think I was double clicking, even though I wasn't.
That would not surprise me because I have a Razer mouse, and both Razer mice I've had basically sucked when they get about a year old.
All right, so you come in here. This long room is partitioned into 3 areas with iron bars walling off the north and south. Filthy straw lines the floors of those cells, the hinge doors of which are secured by chains and padlocks. A pair of disheveled human women are held in the cell to the south, while a human boy is contained to the north. All are dressed in plain gray tunics, and have iron columns fitted around their necks. A heap of discarded clothing is piled carelessly against the far wall.
All right.
This is probably
Before
for
we
my
make
family.
decisions, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Okay, sounds like a good idea. Let's take a quick, 2 minutes. I need to grab a glass of water.
I am back.
Alrighty. All right, I'm back.
I never left.
All right. Are we all back?
I think so. Hey, before we start up again, though, so Jeff, I told Jim about this yesterday, but I'm going out to the Stone 22nd anniversary celebration. It's Saturday, August 18th, State University in San Marcos. They still have tickets out there for that day that are the 1 to 8 p.m. Tastings. It's unlimited tastings and 20 specialty tastings. So me and Brian Velasquez are going to go out there. We're staying at the Hampton Inn, San Marcos. Thought I'd mention it in case you guys were interested in going. We're driving out on Friday, hanging out there, staying over, Saturday night, getting up whenever, Sunday, and coming back.
I'll have to look into it and see if anything's going on in that time frame.
Okay, well, don't wait too long on deciding. Those tickets will sell out. But yeah, so anyway, I want to let you guys know, and if you have the interest, get out there, find a hotel, either where I'm staying or another one in that area, and get the tickets. All right, so Nadia's going to kind of keep guarding this this door here. So I'll leave it to Bogner and Dalen to figure out what's going on. But I'm assuming that these are the people that got kidnapped.
Yeah, when you take down the ruffians, the woman, the oldest woman, is like, "Oh, thank you, heavens! They took us several days ago. They killed my husband. I hope you're here to rescue us. That's my boy, and this is my daughter. Please help us get out of here."
Well, you have all the players in there, Jeff. So
Sorry, I was spacing on something. What am I doing?
you have all the players in there. I'm still guarding the door.
Oh, okay.
So this is
So-
these are the Dendrars, the ones that of the dead husband, the dead woodcutter,
Right.
carver.
Right. Okay. I will find out. Have they been mistreated? Are they doing okay? Have they heard any plan? Have they discussed why they brought you here?
She says, "No, we were taken from our home after our husband stood up to them and was killed. They came back for us, and they even brought his body here. I don't know where it is though. But they took us, and they were gonna sell us into slavery. Not sure where. But wow, so happy that you guys found us. We don't know much else about this in here since we were sacks over our head and when we were brought in. But we do know that that these guys keep talking about their wizard boss, but they never said his name, and that he seems to have some tall, furry monsters with big ears that work for him. point. Evander attempts to pick some locks.
Well, can you search the bodies and see if there's any keys or anything on it so we don't even have to pick a lock?
Yeah, Evander works on one door. You guys take a look at the others, and there's no keys on the Redbrands, just their swords and their dirty cloaks.
Okay.
But he pops the one door, no problem.
All right.
And
So he frees the ladies and
pops the
now
other door, no problem.
Okay.
So they're free, and the collars around their neck are really just a simple pin. You can just pull the pin and take them off. The woman says that yeah, we left them on because we didn't know if they were gonna come in and hurt us if we attempted to resist them or not follow their orders, and there's no way I was gonna let them do anything to my babies. And the boy and the girl kind of, cling to their mom. The boy runs over and hugs his mother. She says, "If you can get us out of here, then I don't have any money, but I can tell you where an old heirloom's hidden. And when I was a young girl, we fled from a town, Thunder Tree, when some undead overran the place, and we had a shop, an alchemy shop, and there was a. Well, if you get us out of here, I'll tell you where you can find a necklace."
Well, we say sure, no problem there. I mean, she's told us everything.
And
if we can
in
get
fact,
you
you
out,
can get her out easy, right?
right? Can we get her out, and can she make her way home, or does she need an escort all the way home if we can get her out of the building?
No, you let her know that you've cleared the path. You help her and the two children over the pit, and probably you, Nadia, since you can walk over the ceiling. You actually even carry the little girl across. The little boy, he didn't want to be carried, but he makes it across. And once they get to the cellar doors at the entrance, you tell them that there's no problem. You've taken care of all the Redbrands that you're aware of at the outside, so they should be able to make it all the way back to town. And she says, "Thank you, thank you." And she tells you that you might want to write this down.
Well, are you gonna post it, or do I have to?
I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can grab some text here for you. There you go. That'll make it easy.
There we go. We got that.
Okay. And so they get away.
All right. And so we've done a search. Was there anything in the clothes worth?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I mean, one might have had some lice, but
And so there's nothing else in this room, right?
nope, nothing that you haven't already checked.
So I'm just kind of thinking, we've all taken a couple of hits. It might be good to pull back into this room and have a quick short rest, maybe recover a little bit, and be ready for our next battles. Thoughts?
Let's see. Yeah, Bogner's got 2 hit die. Dalen has a hit die. Evander can give off a Song of Rest. So you'll have a hit die plus a d6 for healing.
So what do you guys think? Jeff, you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, so
Okay.
we'll pull back in here, you know, leave the door open. We're watching actively, you know, but it's a short rest. So,
Okay, if you're going to roll hit die,
Evander
go
can
ahead
do
and
a
roll hit
song.
die.
So Evander can do a Song of Healing, right?
Yeah, after
Song
you
of
after you
Rest,
roll a
yeah.
hit die, he can do that. So Nadia will get and then I assume Bogner and Dalen, are you going to use a hit die?
Yeah, I guess I'll use it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your hit die for each. Okay.
I mean, Nadia is going to try to recover her arrow from the thigh of the dude she shot.
Roll a 1d4 minus 2. All right, let me do the... Oh, is it just one arrow?
Just a single arrow.
Should have been 1d4 minus... No, that's fine. You get it. All right, everybody else gets two hit points.
Good, so we're
Almost
only-
back to full health.
almost back to full health. A couple of just minor scratches that we can worry about later.
Yep.
All right.
Evander reminds you guys that this door over here was not locked as well. I mean, he tried it, he just didn't open it.
That's why we were still, even while we were resting, we're kind of keeping that out there, looking at, you know, taking a gander, making sure nothing's going on.
Now, while you guys are taking a short rest, did anybody also want to, like, Tertius and even Evander could have inspected, like, the one potion or...
Well, I don't have anything that's going to give me like a...
Somebody can give me an Arcana check.
Oh, okay. Well, if we can do that, I mean, sure, that makes sense. I'll do an Arcana, but I don't know that Tertius is all that intelligence. But apparently he's intelligent enough.
Evidently. Yeah, so he figures out that the potion that looks empty but feels like it has liquid, he recalls this is a potion of invisibility.
Okay. You know, we have two things in our parcels says that one says 2 unidentified and 3 unidentified. I think the 3 unidentified are the 3 signet rings.
Yes, let me get those.
But I don't know what the 2 unidentified is.
Oh, really? I don't know why those... Oh, I know.
Oh, the red gems. Okay.
There you go. Yeah,
You want to put rings on the other, it says 3 unidentified?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then those 2 ruffians both had scarlet cloaks, right?
I'll just ID those. Yeah.
So we're going to take those. So now we'll have 5. We have enough for the whole party. Maybe we can use them to our advantage. I was thinking maybe we can have each person put a scarlet cloak on.
Okay, we'll just assume that you guys all do that. Put a scarlet cloak on.
Yeah, so just maybe we'll be able to use it to our advantage in as we're going through.
Okay, you don't have to take them out of the party parcel. We'll just know that.
Right. Okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll move back out here.
We'll just do that so we know that everybody's wearing one.
Okay. assume we'll go ahead and let Bogner open again, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I'm just moving everybody out if that's okay.
No, that's fine.
All right, so we'll do the same thing that we've been doing, Jim. You know, because it's tried and true now. We'll have Bogner, you know, do the cracking of the door, us trying to hear anything.
Mm-hmm. With all the noise that you guys did, and you cracked the door, and you can't really see anything, eventually Bogner, opens it up, and it's a 15-foot hallway. Door at the end of it.
Is there a reason it's a different color than the rest?
Banded door.
What?
What, the door?
I'm talking about the hallway. The tiles look dark.
No. Maybe less light. Like there might not be maybe there's only one torch in here. No real reason.
Okay. I just was curious. All right. So, we see that there's nothing else in here.
Yep, just a
Nadia
doorway.
says she'll go ahead and take the lead just to see if there's any traps or whatnot. She'll do her normal, go up the wall and poke along the floor to make sure there's nothing that they're going to trigger.
Okay. You get to here, and you do notice something. It's not a trap, but it looks like you may have found a secret door opposite of the door that you do see.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. So I'll come back down and I'll tell the guys, everybody, what I've seen. So it looks like we might have a secret door on the one side.
Looks like it's stone, and it looks like it blends in with the surrounding walls. And you've got a pretty good perception, and you're not. I mean, you don't see any hinges, but you look like it can probably open.
All right. Well, I'll let them know that, and Bogner's obviously a adept at stone and whatnot. Since he's a dwarf, maybe that will help. If not, we've got Evander and everybody that can try to do something there. But I guess the first question I would have is, do we want to try the secret door, or do we want to try the bandit door that we see? I think we want to listen. Let's listen at each first. So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do a perception there.
Okay, give me one perception roll. It's all quiet, both sides of you.
All right. So the question is, which side do we want to try first?
Evander would rather do the banded door, since that seems to be in a smaller area in between where you guys are and the cells.
And that's a good point.
That sounds good. So we'll go ahead and is it locked and we need him to try to pick it?
It is locked. But no, he picks it. These don't seem to be all that incredibly difficult to pick.
Well, and every time he's picking, I'm watching because I'm still trying to train on these thieves' tools to become proficient.
Yep. And he opens up the door.
Well, wouldn't we want to have gone back to having Bogner open the door?
He got a little antsy.
Okay.
I made a hidden roll. Racks of weapons line the walls of this chamber. Spears, swords, crossbows, bolts, and a dozen dirty red cloaks hang from hooks by the door. Looks like these Redbrands may have had plans to bring in more Redbrands.
Anything worth anything?
Yeah, the weapons are all pretty decent. There's 12 spears, 6 short swords, 8 quivers, 4 long swords, none of them fancy, 6 light crossbows, and 160 crossbow bolts.
So can we go ahead and put all of that in Bogner's bag of holding?
Sure. Although Evander wants 6 of those crossbow bolts.
Look, Devender can have all the crossbow bolts.
Nah, he doesn't want them all. He just wants 6.
Well, regardless, we can just keep the crossbow bolts because that's something we may use in the future. They can be in the bag of holding.
Yep.
But a lot of this stuff, I mean, if they're good, decent quality, I mean, we can get 50, 100, 150 gold out of it.
Yep, no problem.
So, again, all of that stuff shows
Yep.
unidentified.
I'm
Oh,
going
okay.
through hidden them. Yeah, I really wish there was a way for me to put in a smarter ID, un-ID. All right, I think I got them all.
Okay. So now let's see if we can figure out how to open this secret door.
All right, Evander turns around and he kind of looks at it, and it's unlocked. Just kind of comes right in.
All right, so he's able to just push it open, is what it sounds like?
Yep. In fact, Evander's actually going to take one of those short swords.
It's fine. I actually think Nadia can actually use a short sword, but it's not like I need one. All right, so probably want to have Evander move back and let Bogner take the lead, unless once we've opened that door, I mean, it sounded like he just kind of started opening it. So can we see anything in there right away before we actually start moving people? So that's how we were.
Right. All right, there we go. All right, now I got Evander's weapon over there. You wanted to open up that secret door, you said?
Well, you said he found that it was unlocked and he kind of just pushed it and it kind of opened.
Yep, it did kind of open.
So since he did that, I moved where we were back to seeing so he could see what he could see.
So Evander pushes it open, and you can see it a little bit, and then he decides to step back. And at this point, he's like, "Hey, Bogner, maybe you go first."
Well, let's have Nadia step up. I mean, if he doesn't see anything immediate, Nadia will step up and she'll do her normal, you know, let's walk across the ceiling, see what's going on, tap the floor, going forward, so on and so forth. So
Okay.
we open it up and we see more.
Yep.
All right.
And if you move
So-
in 5 feet, I'll say you can see that.
Yeah, well, based on what I could see, I would have indicated, well, it's not a hallway, it's nothing. It looks like a storage area. I'm going to indicate, Bogner to have gone up. So Bogner would have been the one that would have gone in the 5 feet. So
Right.
it actually would have been like that. Dalen, are you going to bring up the rear or you want to be in with Bogner?
I should be able to.
Okay. All right, so we walk in. Nothing
Yeah.
else in here.
Wagner sees that, and
Okay.
to some degree, limited degree, Dalen does as well because there are torches, here and
I have dark vision also.
here. All right, so you can see that as well.
Okay, but we don't see any critters, right?
Nope. And in fact, what you see here is in this northern end, um, finished and dressed stone block walls and flagstone floor. There are several barrels stored against the walls here, along with a number of empty crates. You see straw for packing, hammers, pry bars, nails. And then you see kind of a cavern that is continuing into the distance, and you can just make out um, a deep pit or crevice that opens up in the middle of the floor, and you can see the one bridge going across it. But you can't quite see yet how far south it goes.
Okay. And is there anything worthwhile in all the barrels and stuff, or is that everything you just described was like those construction type stuff?
No, this is kind of some of their stolen goods, right? Um, there's nothing here that's really incredibly valuable, but there's some beaver pelts. And
So we'll note, I mean, we don't necessarily need to get that, but we're going to note the stuff that we found in this room, stuff in the cistern room, and the stuff in the little supply room that was being used as a barracks or living quarters. So we can take that back to the town, and maybe we'll get a little bit more reward for saying, hey, well, here's all this stuff. You guys
Okay.
can.
I'm
Go
gonna
get
throw it
it.
in the party parcel just so we don't forget it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, do we want Nadia to go ahead and do her sneaky moves?
Evander says, "Let's see. You've found a secret door. You've found a trap. I say yes."
Hey, I could have found that trap.
With a little bit of a different.
And Evander says, "All right, Clinky. By all means, take your happy ass and go find us a trap." I'd love to see that.
I liked that a lot, Jeff. That was very, very good. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do my stealth thing. Before we go too far, though, I'm just kind of go over here to the edge and see what that opens up on the map.
All right. Well, give me your stealth check.
I've been pretty stealthy tonight.
You have. It takes me.
I mean, it doesn't hurt that I have a +6, but at least I'm not doing my roll of 1 or roll of 4. Knock on wood.
Right. So you can see that the extends about 50, 60 feet to the other end. You can see the two bridges.
I wonder if there's a roper in here.
All right. And it is midnight. So this might be a really good place to pause since we're, if we just look at what we've uncovered in the map, we're probably halfway through. And I will also say that Nadia sees a secret door right here. So she finds one. And it's pretty much like the last secret door that you found.
Well, I mean, I'm wide awake. I can continue, or we can just stop.
Jeff? Like, you want to go another 30 minutes? Or
Yeah, I could do another 30 minutes.
we probably have... Yeah, we probably have it an hour, I'd guess. Easy.
I don't think I have a full hour in me though.
Okay.
Let's do 30 minutes. If nothing else, I mean, if we see the secret door, I think I'm gonna, point that out to the rest of the party and go, hey, look, we just saw the same kind of thing over there. Maybe we should just at least let's open that before we tackle this big cavern.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's my recommendation.
All right. Evander checks it out. No traps, not locked.
Does he push it open again?
No. No, he was brave one time, but this is going deeper in. He doesn't know where it's going. He had a good feeling that the other one was like just a small room.
So these are like I'm assuming that these secret doors, they're more like concealed doors.
Yeah, they're blended with the wall and,
Okay. I mean, because, a secret door, I mean, I don't know. I would think I have a little bit harder time finding it than just my passive check.
Your passive check is actually pretty damn good.
Okay. Don't most people have that? I mean, I got a perception of 15.
That's phenomenal at this level. 13 is really
So
good.
does-
Yeah,
so does
Tertius has it.
Tertius.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still phenomenal.
All right. So I moved Bogner again in the way, Dalen. I'm assuming we want to do it the same way we've been doing it.
Okay.
Jeff, you're Bogner. I'm just confirming.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I was Wagner.
You open it up slowly, it's more slow, and you find out it's a landing with stairs going down.
Interesting.
So if we go down, do we change maps? Because that whole completionist thing says, I want to finish this map before I go to the next map.
Well, and when we interrogated that ruffian earlier, he mentioned that there's an eye monster that they're holding, that's down there. That's kind of a
Jared.
crazy. It's a crazy eye monster, somewhere down there. So when he said down, I don't know if down meant down the stairs or in this cavern somewhere. But typically the boss is going to be at the lowest level.
Yep.
So let's confer, what do we prefer? Do we prefer to see what's up here and maybe not leave anything behind us? Or do we want to go down and, take our chances? Nadia kind of thinks that we should probably make sure there's nothing up here that's going to sneak up behind us and cause us any issues.
Yeah. I kind of lean towards up here too.
Okay. So we'll close that door back up then.
Okay.
Note it, now we know that there's something there going down. And Nadia will go ahead and start doing her stealth thing again. I don't know how high this ceiling is, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the ceiling thing.
10 feet.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I didn't know because it looks like it's a cavern. I didn't know if it was might have ended up being higher and if there was any stalactites or mites or anything like that.
Okay. So as you start to move into the room and focus your senses ahead of you, cold breeze seems to fill this large natural cavern, and it carries with it a faint scent of decaying flesh. The crevasse divides the cavern and is flanked by two rough stone columns that support, 20-foot high ceiling here. Okay. And two arched wooden bridges span the chasm. So probably, I'm going to say it's 10 feet high here, and as you move in, it gradually, after about 15 feet, goes to 20.
Okay.
And then it's 20 feet high, pretty much all the way across until just the southern end, and then it kind of necks back down again.
No, that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and have my bow ready, and I'm going to kind of, where you started. I'm going to go down, this side, so I can come down a wall quickly if I need to. But I'm going to, go up, get up on the ceiling, going ahead and doing my stealth thing. And, initially I want to be able to see what I can see down to the west, sorry.
Okay, give me your stealth check. Okay.
And I figure these guys can move up to like the edge so they can kind of follow my movements.
Yep. Give me a perception check. Okay. So, you're not feeling as stealthy as you have in the past. The ceiling's a little less sturdy, and there's not a lot to hide up here. No stalactites, really, strangely enough. But you're being quiet, at least.
So can I see what's over the chasm to the west from here?
Yep, you can see
All right.
that.
So it looks like it goes back into a
Yeah, more of a worked area, worked hallway, maybe.
okay. I still don't see any critters, right?
Nope, you do not.
All right, so I'm going to indicate to these guys that they can follow me, 20, 25 feet back.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep moving up along the, the edge.
All right, you move up to there. Give me another stealth roll. Okay. Give me another perception roll. Dalen, if you move 7 feet in, you can give me a perception roll. Okay. Okay.
But you move Bogner up with you, Dalen. I mean, you guys should be neck and neck right now. You're our two tanky guys.
Okay. Okay.
So we don't see anything. We don't hear anything. Correct?
That is correct.
All right, so I'm going to skirt the pillar. I'm just going to kind of go around the pillar, see. Again, I'm assuming I'm 20 feet above the floor. So, what? My head is 14 feet above the floor, 15 feet. I'm gonna kind of skirt this pillar and just see if there's anything additional I can see.
Yep. All right. Bogner, I need you to roll me a deception check.
A deception.
Deception. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And okay. All right, everybody else will get one more move round here. Nadia's going to move up again. Give me another stealth and perception roll there, Nadia. Gradually getting stealthier, although that was also better. Okay, nothing.
All right, Tertius moved up just a little bit. He's now in the room.
All right. Let's see.
So I'm not sure if I can see anything.
Everybody, nope, we're still fine. Okay.
Okay.
Tertius is what, 60 feet?
For what?
Or does he have not? No, he doesn't have any dark vision. So.
No, he doesn't have dark vision.
I mean, there's.
So you said that this place wasn't dark. You said
Yeah.
that there was definitely light sources.
Yeah, there's a torch there, and there's kind of a torch back here that you can see, and there's a torch over in here, right? And Nadia, as you get through to where you are here, you can kind of see that. Looks like a landing that disappears.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else gonna move?
Jeff, you gonna move Dalen up behind me at all, or are you gonna?
Yeah.
All right. Wagner moves up there. Amateur moves up there. Dalen moves there.
Tertius is good.
And you see this creature peeking out from behind this statue over here. And he casts.
Who sees it?
Bogner does. Because the creature focuses its eye right against Bogner.
Okay.
And Bogner feels an effect. And his body kind of shudders for a minute as these waves of kind of just racking pains kind of ripple across his chest and his arms, but he shudders and shakes off the effect.
Okay. Can anybody else see this thing now that it has done an attack, or was that stealthy enough for us not to see it?
Nope, that was the surprise round. Everybody roll initiative.
I am rolling a d20 and not a d10, right?
Hard to tell some nights, right? All right.
No, we're still alive, so just let's count our blessings, right?
Yep. So Evander, he all right, so he notices that. Kind of oddball creature popping out. Does an eye-based attack against Bogner. Sometimes I really need three windows, 3 monitors sometimes. All right. Okay. Evander, he's going to shoot it. He's got some new crossbows, so he's going to use them. But he's going to miss. Tertius. Tertius can see it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a couple of things here real quick. All right. Something I need to remember. All right. All right. Tertius is going to move up here. So move up 10 feet. And I'm going to do a produce flame ranged attack on it.
Okay. I'm going to say Bogner's not really in the way here.
Yeah, I'm figuring I could be skirting that chasm, so
Mm-hmm.
Can I put this in your freezer?
Yep, in my fridge. Yep, absolutely. That hits and wounds it. Good night, sweetie. All right. He is going to since the other creature is the one that hit it with a flaming bolt and it hurt, he's going to turn his gaze. Let me make sure I can do that every round. Yes. So he's going to turn his gaze against the druid. But the druid fails. And he takes 13 points of necrotic damage as the pains rack across his body. And then he's going to duck behind the pillar. Nadia?
Nadia will move up here. I'm going to take a quick glance to the east just to see if there's anything over there, but my focus is going to come back to the critter. And I'm going to try to shoot it with an arrow.
Okay. You see a hallway. No surprises.
Okay, no surprises. I miss. I moved 20 already.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to stay on the ceiling, but I'm going to move so that I'm directly behind the pillar.
Probably pretty smart.
Well, I saw him drop Tertius, so.
Yeah. Didn't drop him, but definitely hurt him. That's for sure.
That's for sure. I know didn't drop him, but I mean, he's going through, he's racked with pain. I figured he kind of drops to the ground and goes, oh!
All right, so I'm trying to figure out a place where I can move 20 feet, and then it end up basically 20 feet in line of sight, or even 15 feet in line of sight, but end up back here where he has to go around the pillar to get to me.
Who are you trying to attack with?
Yeah, I'm on Bogner.
Well, you got to remember though, Bogner is a tank with a great constitution. So would he really be backing up?
Well, that's a good point. I can't make it all the way to him.
No, but you would start the charge, and then you could use that. What's the bonus action where you can
dash?
like a dash?
But,
So you could make it to it.
But can I do that and attack?
Well,
Yeah.
so hold on. So fighters don't have a bonus action dash. Rogues do, and some others do. He can use his action to dash.
Okay. Well, you can even move up, and you can throw a hand axe. But I mean, he would be. I mean, Bogner would. Again, at this point, he's already experienced the potential to have this necrotic damage. My thought would be he'd be trying to close the ground. He doesn't have that range attack.
All right, then I'll come that close and throw a hand axe at him.
Speaking of, so Jim, can I see anything further down south? Because I did shoot all the way down to like close to where that bridge was, and now I'm pretty much looking down that hallway or cavern area.
Yeah, it looks like a tunnel that just heads out.
Okay.
All right, Bogner. You get
So
to
you-
here, and the bridge collapses underneath you, right when you're in the middle of it, and you fall down. Let's see. And you take 7 points of damage, and you are knocked prone.
How deep is that?
20 feet.
All right, so that's the end of his turn. He can't do anything then, right?
Nope. No, he can still get up and move a little bit. He moved 5
What's
feet
the,
before he fell. It takes half his movement to get up, so that's, in this case, 12 and a half, so 15 feet to get up. He's got 5 feet of movement left.
So how steep are the walls of the chasm? Is it climbable for him or no?
It is, but he's got 5 feet of movement. Bogner, while you're down
Okay.
there, give me a perception check. All right. Well, as you've fallen and you pick yourself up, you notice that there's a cubby hole just here on the west wall, and that there's a chest in the cubby hole.
All right, note.
And it stinks down here. I mean, there's broken and well-gnawed bones. There's a half-eaten body of somebody in with that perception with woodsman clothes. In fact, he seems to bear his face is still visible, and he seems to bear a slight resemblance to the 2 children you just freed.
Okay.
We know what happened to the body.
Yeah, but you don't have time to mess with that right now. So you have to determine: are you going to move 5 feet, or are you going to stay at the bottom?
Well, even if it's 20 feet tall, it takes me more than 5 feet of movement to climb up, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you want to be you'd be 5 foot closer to climbing out then.
And I'll give you that 5 feet. You don't even have to make a roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start climbing up.
Okay. We'll just leave that 5 feet there as a marker that you're 5 feet up.
Okay.
Or let me do this actually. I'll put an effect. 5 feet. Okay, so you're there starting to climb. All right. Dalen, you heard a crack and a crumble. And when you peek back around the column really briefly, you can see that the bridge is no more and Wagner is nowhere to be seen. But you heard the oof and the ow with some dwarven curses.
All right, I'm coming down to here.
Okay.
You should have some vision down that western passage.
Looking on Wagner's.
Jared,
Back
Jared,
on.
keeping me honest there. Jerry, I mean, not Jared. Yeah, it looks like a passageway a landing that disappears. Probably stairs again.
All right, I am gonna throw a javelin at him.
Okay. That hits.
And can I tell the stability of this bridge just by glancing at it?
Nope. You'd have to take time to investigate it.
All right, I'm gonna take step five more onto it. We'll check it out.
You sure you want to do it? Why wouldn't you like maybe hold your action and leap over it the next round?
Is it leapable?
It's 10 feet across. You could jump across that.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do that. I was thinking it wasn't jumpable. I figured this would be as good a time as any to find out if the bridge worked.
I mean, I would you step out onto that first plank, you jump, and you're really not jumping 10 feet. Then you're jumping 8.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you're not going to walk out. Okay. All right, end your turn if you're done. All right, Evander's up there. He can't see. But he will come to here. Let's see what's his strength. Yeah, he can do that. He will jump across. And I'll say he actually gives himself a... He gives himself a running leap, and we'll give him an acrobatics check. Yep, he makes it. And he can see the Nothic down there. So he's going to shoot it. Oh, nice. Nice critical. For minimum damage for a critical.
Yeah, but he just jumped across a chasm, rolled to his feet, turned and fired.
Yeah, and he's going to go, ding, 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 ding. Wagner, get your ass up here.
I thought that was pretty impressive. That's like,
And
I can just visualize that.
Yeah, and he's going to give Wagner and it's a hand crossbow, so it's a little easier, right? But he gives Wagner some bardic inspiration in case he needs help climbing up. All right, Tertius.
Well, Tertius is going to go ahead and cast a Cure Wounds on himself.
Probably a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
right, are you been keeping track of your spell slots?
Oh, I need to mark 2.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
I got one more spell. I thought that they automatically, but I forgot about that. So I had done one on Nadia not too long ago, and then I just did this one.
Yep. All right. No, I agree. We're good.
And then I'm gonna move directly behind the pillar from where, so that the Nothic can't even see me. Even if it comes back around, he can't see me.
Right. He's basically saying, "Fuck that."
And I don't know that it's a Nothic. I just called it that because that's the indicator.
The eye monster, yeah. So the Nothic sits there and starting to get a little cornered. He turns its gaze against Dalen since Dalen's closest. But Dalen succeeds. You can feel this painful, racking sensation kind of ripple across your body, but you also seem to have the fortitude to shake it off. And then he also, give me a deception check, Dalen.
Dalen shook it off, shakes it off.
Okay. All right, Nadia.
Oh, so the Nothic didn't move anywhere, huh?
No, he decided to stay put.
Move over there. I see you're waiting now until I say I'm going to do something.
I can be trainable, just like you can be trained to target things. I can be trained to wait.
I am going to shoot the Nothic.
Okay. You bet. You hit it. Oh, and hit it good. And it howls. Actually howls in your mind. You hear this wild keening, not through your ears, but actually in your head.
So I moved 15 feet. With that keening that I can hear in its head, I'm moving back behind Tertius. So I do a little kind of joint turn. So 15 and 25. I still have 5 after that. I'm way back behind the pillar. Me standing on the ceiling.
Did the Naruto anime ninja run on the ceiling all the way back around?
Yeah, but I'm a little worried, if I get hit by that on the ceiling, I might lose my concentration and fall.
Yeah, there's a chance of that for sure. All right. Wagner. Is she going to start climbing?
Wagner is going to climb.
You can climb since you don't have any boots of climbing, or you can climb at half your movement rate. And you're at 25, so
he can go a total of 15 because he had the 5 feet that he could already do.
Yeah, I'd give him another 10 feet, yeah. So it'll be 15 feet up. But give me an athletics or acrobatics, whichever one's better. No problem.
So he's like 5 feet from the top now?
Yep. He's real close. That's pretty much all Bogner's going to do. Let's see. No, you can expend your action to climb some more.
Couldn't he? Yeah, I was going to say, can he not do the...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You going to climb some
So
more
you
there,
might.
Bogner?
Yeah, Yeah, I'll climb more.
Okay, give me another
You
roll.
could do a whole nother turn, right?
All right. You do not get. You don't fall, but you don't make any progress. And that's your action.
All right. Now, Dalen is going to jump across this.
Okay. So I'm gonna say to make this, you're gonna want to take a step back and then a running leap. So it's gonna be 5 and 5 and then 10 for the leap. So that'll be 20 to get there. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check, whichever one's higher. No problem. 10.
So you actually made a very beautiful running jump, roll to your feet, weapon ready, with a lot of clanking.
Yeah, a lot of clanking, but he did it with some flair. He's got a button on the one side, and he's got a pin on the other.
With style.
Yeah. He's got 23 items of flair.
All right, and I will attack the guy.
Okay. You hit.
Nice. You even came out of that nice with already ready to go, and you just a perfect thrust going forward.
Now, I'll remind you, Paladin, that you could potentially burn a spell slot for Divine Smite.
Yeah, I was debating on doing that. And I have one spell slot left, so I will do that.
I'm not saying you should, I'm just reminding you.
No, I've been thinking about it.
All right. This big eyeball seems to, very nice. Seems to have some.
And then I'm also, actually, I think I'm also, I'm going to do Vow of Enmity on him.
Okay, let me. Oh, okay, give you advantage to attack.
Yeah, I think I did that right.
Did you shift drag it onto the Nothic?
No, I just clicked on it, but I thought it had the same result. It's going to be one of those two, but
all right, hold on. Let me delete those because here's what I want you to do.
Oh, that was a control drag instead of a shift drag.
Yeah, I want you to do a shift drag onto the Nothic. There we go. So now it gives you advantage to attacks only when you target the Nothic.
Right.
Perfect.
And that's it.
All right, Evander. Seeing that Bogner's climbing up.
I'm telling you, Evander is being a lot more brave this session. Was he drinking before we came out?
No, I think he's just he's figuring himself out a little bit. He's actually gonna come all the way up. And in fact, he's gonna flank.
Oh, flank you, Nothic.
Oh, good thing too, because he dropped that one. And stabs it, and the eye closes and goes dark. Basically runs it through the head, and the rapier pokes out of its eyeball in the front of its face. And it slumps down.
All right. So do any of us actually know what this Nothic is?
You can give me Arcana or Nature checks. And Wagner, I'll say that you climb out. Tertius, yeah, you know that this is, you know what a Nothic is. Let me,
I do now after it hit me.
yeah. So a Nothic is an aberration with very keen sight with that one eyeball. And now that you guys can inspect it, it looks like this. It's got some big claws. And the rumor goes that Nothics used to be wizards that seemed to dare to unlock magical secrets that they couldn't fathom, and were gifted with strange cosmic insight. And they're no longer really wizards anymore, and they don't seem to remember being wizards, but they do have, with their eyes, they do have capabilities to both injure as well as extract knowledge from creatures. And once Tertius tells you guys this, for Bogner and Dalen, you get the sense that that's what that creature had done to you, is it had stolen some kind of secret knowledge about you.
Okay. So we kind of group up again, and I'm assuming you can unlock the tokens.
Yeah, I'll just unlock it. Evander asks Bogner, you okay? Seems to be fine.
He tells us about the cubby down there. And Nadia can go down and get the chest.
Do you tell him about the body? Well, when Nadia goes down, she can see the body.
Well, I figure he tells us that as well. And at this point in time, we'll note its location, but I guess we can grab it and haul it up to the edge here, but we're not going to haul it around with us.
Okay. So you pull the chest up and set it up here, and there's some gold, there's some silver, a couple pieces of electron, there's some gems, again some potions of healing. There's a scroll, and there's a longsword. Longsword looks like this.
Huh. That looks fancy. I need a fancy longsword.
This does look fancy.
Does Evander have his detect magic?
He does.
So we'll ask him, would you mind seeing if this is magic?
Okay. Evander looks at the scroll. He can't read it. Tertius looks at the scroll. Dalen looks at the scroll. None of you can read it. So you don't know what the scroll is. It does look magical in nature. Let me go to Evander here. Do you want to wait like 20 minutes and let him do a ritual? Or do you want him just go ahead and burn a first level spell and do it quickly?
What's a ritual? I don't know what that means.
So the ritual doesn't use a spell slot, and it doesn't burn the somatic items, the components. Not somatic, but the components. But it also takes more longer than an action. It takes 10 to 20 minutes to cast. So if you want to wait 10 minutes, he can do it. But he's like, we're deep in, so maybe I just want to use a spell.
Well, or we can say, you know what? Just hold off. We're gonna put this stuff in Wagner's bag of holding. We'll figure it out later. I don't want to risk, something's sneaking up on us. And, you may need your spells for something else later,
All right. So let me go through.
right?
all
I mean,
these.
that's my opinion.
No, I agree.
Okay.
All right. Let me
All
go
right,
through
so-
and make sure that the right stuff is. All right.
So we know that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 potential exits from this location here. I think before we start moving around people. So is this other bridge going to collapse? I mean, Tertius actually tried to walk over it. Obviously I moved him.
Yeah, when you come up and if he actually inspects it, he'd see that it's actually rigged to collapse,
Okay.
and with
So were we
not
able
a
to?
lot of weight actually.
Can we unrig it?
No, it would take significant effort to repair the bridge to actually hold weight.
All right. So each of us need to climb down and up if we're going to go across
Or jump.
or jump.
Yeah, 10-foot
Yeah,
gap.
I'm not sure that Tertius. Well, he's got a 14 strength. I guess he could do that.
Yeah, running leap, no problem. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
We're not doing it yet. I was gonna ask the group. So we've got 4.
Okay, then he's over here.
Yeah. So we've got 4 different directions we can go. Which way do we want to go? Do we want to go back over with Tertius and check out that hallway down there, or do we want to check out one of these other 3? And my preference would be let's go over and hang with Tertius so that he doesn't have to do an extra jump, but all of us now have to do an extra jump, so whichever way.
I'd go back across and check that out. Check out that hallway.
Okay.
The secret door hallway.
No. The this passage to the east, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody who's gonna leap across. Give me a.
Nadia doesn't have to.
Yep. She just walk.
So it's Evander, Dalen, and Bogner.
Everybody makes it. Bogner does a little arm waving for like a quarter of a second, but he pokes his hammer forward, and that brings his weight forward, and no problem.
All right. Before we go down that, Nadia is going to go ahead and say, "Hey, let me go peek around the corner. I don't, might as well just see if we can see what we can see before we have to surprise something." I'll do my stealth act and come up here and look around the corner.
You don't see anything, and you get to there, and
I
you
didn't
look
need to
around.
do a check.
No. And you see a dead end, which is odd because you think this should go somewhere.
I'll do my ceiling thing and poke and prod.
Should check for a secret door down there.
Yeah, and I'll kind of actively look. Now that I know there's a couple secret doors, I'll hit. Be hitting the stones with my my quarterstaff, but now looking to see if there's any kind of secrets or anything that I can find.
No problem. Now that you've come across 2 doors, all these doors are built very similarly. The hidden hinges, built to look like the stone walls. So as soon as you get within 10 feet, you can see the cracks and you can see the faint scrape marks on the ceiling or the flooring, and you can see that yes, indeed, that's a secret door. And when you push on it, it actually opens up into the cistern room.
Oh, so the edge were okay. I got you. So over here now, I can see that this opens up into the cistern room. Okay, there's a secret door there. Okay.
Yep, right
Yeah,
there.
I'd been
Let everybody know.
I've been wondering how the bandits got back to the prison without interrupting the dusk where that first trap was.
Yep. And now you know. You're like, oh, they went this way. Okay.
All right, so I let everybody else know that hey, there's another door, and it brings us back to where we came in. Let's go look a different direction. Where do you want to go? So now we need to all jump back over that thing.
Or not. So you've
There's
got
the
the
staircase
secret.
down up near the
Yep.
top too.
You've got that, and then you've got these two
Yeah,
passageways.
but I thought we didn't want to go down yet. I thought we
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that we cleared out stuff first.
Well, it looks like the southern passage isn't down. The other passages are landings that go downstairs.
Right. So I thought we wanted to though, like, kind of look at our upper area. I mean, this upper area first, right?
You want to do this one?
Well, that's kind of what we kind of said when we decided not to go down the secret door path.
Okay.
I'm just asking everybody else, is that what we want to do?
Yeah, I'm fine with checking that one. Jumping across.
So Nadia will do her ceiling walk. Everybody else has to do what? An athletics check?
We need to invest in a rope bridge.
Yep. Athletics or acrobatics, either one.
Oh, Tertius.
All right. Tertius, give me an acrobatics check to see if you grab the ledge. Yes, you grab the ledge and you pull yourself up.
So I trip on my initial my initial leap, but I had enough behind me to just like get those nails dug into the edge.
Yeah, I mean, you look like those people that, when they try to run and jump into pools, at that last plant of their foot, it like skits out from underneath them and they just kind of fall forward. That's kind of what happened. But luckily, the gap here is small enough that he was able to grab the other side.
Okay.
So you guys travel. Give me a stealth and perception. If Nadia wants to roll me stealth and perception.
I do, but my icon is sideways and it's annoying me. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. So you get about 60 feet down the hallway, and you notice that this is almost a straight cut path. I mean, there's a little meandering, but after about 60 feet, you notice that it opens up to the outside, and this looks like a tunnel that cuts to the south side of the Tresender Manor hill.
Oh, okay. So the plateau, there's a place that we can actually access it from the direct outside.
Right. And it breaks out into some woods. But it looks like another alternate path in or out. So maybe they were using this path. It looks like they got lots of ways.
All right. Well, should we just go ahead and pick the closest downward path then?
Yeah. Although I'm wondering, should we just call it or?
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say since we're 4 minutes to midnight.
4 minutes to 1.
1, yeah.
4 minutes to midnight somewhere.
Somewhere in the Pacific Ocean.
We'll set ourselves up here and know that next time we come in, Nadia's gonna ceiling walk her way down, making sure there's nothing that we need to worry about, and we got a door we need to take a look in. I'm going to look down that other hallway just to make sure there's not going to be surprises.
All right.
Works for me.
Well, that's where we will end the evening then. Fairly productive. All right, well, I'm going to end the stream. Anybody out there, thanks for watching.